What a way to celebrate their Scudetto winner, Inter Milan. They call them the Nerazzuris. Right now, celebrating the fact that they won the Derby della Madonnina over there in Italy. Welcome you on the show, 360 Sport. On Trust TV, Adeni Shafe. Well, we'll be looking at that particular story right now. Inter Milan, the one they call the Nerazzuris, are really celebrating. You saw there, the whole city of Milan torn down for the Blues there. Well, they are the Blues of Italy there right now. For the fact that they actually won that game yesterday against AC Milan at the San Siro, where that particular match actually took place. Derby della Madonnina. Inter Milan wins 28th Scudetto title after victory over AC Milan. It was a derby, a tough one, but they won it 2-1, and right now they are celebrating for the fact that they were able to do the business of the day there. Right now, we're talking on this and more as we actually unveil our guests actually ran away. Well, let me use that particular word, the suspect. Olalefuta is here. Good to have you.
Thank you, Adeni. It's my pleasure to be back. I didn't run away. I just
you step aside.
Step aside.
Okay, that's a military term anyway. Well, good to have you again. And
thanks so much.
Nice clothes there.
Thank you so much.
Good one.
Yeah.
Okay, talking about Inter Milan winning that particular Scudetto. This is their 28th title that they've won so far in the history of that club.
Yeah, we saw the celebration yesterday, and that is the kind of celebration you're expecting when you defeated your arch rival to win the title. That is the kind of celebration and happiness you see in a team that is focused and determined to win the league. They've been consistent for the past 4 seasons. The last time they won the league was in 2021 under Antonio Conte. Then after that, they've been trying. Napoli won it last season, and they put in their best. But this season, from the word let go, they didn't give anybody the opportunity to overtake them. They've lost only 1 match since the beginning of this season. Only 1 match they lost, and they've conceded only 18 goals. So that shows that they are really, really determined. They have a tactics of what they want to do from the beginning of the season. And we saw what they did last season also. Though when it comes to the Serie A, they didn't challenge the Napoli the way they did this season. But in Champions League, we saw where they got to. They played in the final against Manchester City before they lost the final. So that shows that they are coming back again. Then that celebration also, it means a lot to them. Before the match yesterday, they've won the title 19 times. AC Milan have won it 19 times also. I know for the past 114 years that both teams have been battling their rival. They are looking for who is going to win it most. So winning it yesterday against AC Milan at San Siro, getting that 20th title over them, it's something that they really enjoyed. I think it's a very good one. We've seen the dynamics of how football is going in Europe now. Unlike before, it used to be 2-horse race, but now even Bologna
of Italian Serie A,
because probably their old ladies or the old ladies are tired. So you can see now that this season, it is not who won it last season that will win it. So it's a very good one. Then I think the reason why the Italian Serie A they are doing what they are doing is because of the way the football administration of Serie A did administer their sponsorship, they administer what the team and the players are getting. So they are doing everything impossible to compete with the Premier League. Take it or leave it, in the next 1 or 2 years now, you'll see the way Italian Serie A will gain more popularity, even though at par with Premier League. So I'm very happy for Inter Milan. They deserve to win it, so we celebrate them.
A double celebration for the Nerazzuris yesterday. Well, they were both competing for the first team to get to 20, Inter and AC Milan, winning 19th title each. But it was the Nerazzuris that actually did it first. And right now, they celebrated also beating them at AC Milan, that particular home, San Siro. Both of them share that stadium. And the big one is the fact that if you follow Italian Serie A, AC Milan seems to be having an edge because of the popularity and all that. But right now, Inter Milan seems to be able to at least close the mark, they close the ranks, and they are so happy for being able to win this. Well, if you look at the table, Italian Serie A right now, it shows that 5 games to go. And they really done the business. They are match day 33. Inter Milan already champion with 86 points ahead of AC Milan. In fact, the gap alone, even if they play the remaining 5 matches, they can't catch them again. Seriously. And you look at Juventus, 64 points. Bologna standing 4th there. Surprisingly, as he mentioned, Bologna really surprised everyone this season, coming 4th on the log there. Roma Atalanta, Lazio, Napoli in that pecking order. Napoli went to sleep. They couldn't just do the business of retaining or defending the league.
I think part of the problem they have is the backroom challenges and issues they have with the coaches. In the last 12 months, they've changed their coaches twice. So that is it's not something that you can really continue to do with. So I think they really need to set up again. And the way it is right now, next season will be tougher for them. Why? Their main striker, their target man, Victor, our own Victor Osimhen, the pride of Africa. I don't see him staying at Napoli. And that shows that it's going to be a very difficult issue for them, because for you to win the league, you must have a prolific striker and you must have a good defense. Serie A, we all know, when it comes to defense, to defend, they are very good when it comes to that. But to score, it has always been a problem. So if Osimhen should leave that club, which is almost 90% certain is leaving the club, it's going to be another problem for them to really cope with. And there are a lot of rumors going around. We don't know if it is true, that they are trying to get the services of another Nigerian, Boniface, to replace Osimhen. Let's see how that plays out. However, but I think Napoli, they have a lot to really do to do what they did last season. And there's another pattern in Serie A that I think is interesting. For the past 3 seasons now, whoever is winning the league will have won the league before the end of
in fact, matches before the
you have about 3 or 4 matches. The same thing happened with Napoli last season. The same thing happened with AC Milan. The same thing happened with Inter Milan. Unlike the Premier League, that you have to look at Bundesliga also. Borussia Dortmund, they've celebrated, they've won the league before the end of. So, but as time goes on, we'd like to see that competition, the permutation that we are seeing in Premier League now. Nobody knows who's going to win the Premier League until maybe the next 2 or 3 matches, if your team, Arsenal, should lose their next 2 or 3 matches, or probably if Man City should drop points, or so you can see that permutation there. The same thing we're having at La Liga also. So I think it's becoming very interesting.
It's becoming very interesting. They are looking at AC Milan, Inter Milan match yesterday over there at San Siro. Well, Inter Milan doing the business of winning the Scudetto for the 20th time and silencing their arch rival, a big one, the bitter rivals. If you want to look at football history, in fact, the bitterness between the rivalry between AC Milan and Inter Milan, as we say in Nigeria, is not from here. Seriously, well, we've been talking concerning Inter Milan. Congrats to them. Congrats to the team, the coach Inzaghi, and the entire management of that particular team there, Inter Milan. Congrats to them. Right now, well, still talking about Italian Serie A. If you look at the way the table is right now, they've done the business about from 1 to 10. If you flip it to the back of the table, let's look at from 11 to 20. A team like Salernitana, you know that from beginning, they don't have any business for this season. 33 matches, minus 44. That's goals they've actually conceded. Yeah. And then they have 15 points. Sassuolo, Frosinone, Udinese. Look at these teams. Okay,
Salernitana, and like you rightly said, and they're just like the Sheffield of Premier League. They don't have any business being in this league. And 15 points, that means they've won about only 3 matches and they drew about 4 matches. So that's not what we're really looking out for. So is it that they like it or not?
They're going down.
They've gone down, safe. They are down already. So they are just going home. And the next will now be what will happen between Empoli, Udinese, Frosinone and Sassuolo. So that would be where the real battle is, because if you look at the difference between them, 26 to 28, that's just 2 points. So that means if you draw 2 matches or you lost 1 match, you're out of it. Then also 31. So it's going to be very, very interesting. The top 4 have not really been settled for now, even in the Serie A, apart from
Inter Milan,
then AC Milan also, they too, no matter how the situation is, they'll still qualify to play in Champions League. But for the Roma and Atlanta, for Roma and Bologna, Bologna should not think that they've already arrived, because if you look at the point between Bologna and then Roma, it's just 7 points. And AC Roma, they have 1 match outstanding, so they should win their next match. That will take them to 58. 58 to 62 is just 4 points. So they should try as much as possible to keep winning. At least from the last 5 matches they have, they should win at least 3 comfortably. If they do that, they know that the 7 points that they are leading Roma with, they can catch up with them, and that would be a very good one for them. More money for them, more exposure, more experience for them to play in the Champions League. So that means every year we're having a new club coming in, either from Serie A or or from La Liga or from Premier League that introduce themselves to the Champions League. Instead of, we know the top four, they'll just change position. Probably it's going to be Inter, AC, Juventus, Napoli, or they'll change it to Napoli, AC Milan, or Roma. So at least it is good to have a fresh leg, to have a fresh team for exposure, for money, so that they can really compete.
Well, I've been talking about Italian Serie A there. A big one for the Nerazzuris. Congrats to them right now. Now, as we celebrate, well, talking about Inter, look at the result there. Roma also, surprisingly, they lost against Bologna. Bologna have really been a turn in the flavor of all the big teams this season. They've really done well. And if you check it out, they've really shown why they are among the top in the Italian Serie A there. For Inter, the 2-1 they got actually silenced their arch rival AC Milan. They called them the Rossoneri. And right now they are sleeping, not too happy for the fact that they lost that particular game against Inter Milan there. Well, enough of Italian Serie A. Let's celebrate a Nigerian. A Nigerian, her name is Miriam. Did well, Miriam Bolaji. She was able to win para badminton competition in Spain. Para badminton, Nigerian Miriam Bolaji wins 2024 Spanish Para Badminton International. She did so well. She actually ranked 9 when it comes to the ranking of para badminton players in the world for women. But right now, she was able to be number 6 ranked Ukrainian, and also doing so well in all other games that she played.
I think maybe we should rephrase it that let's celebrate Bolaji again. And I record he made his debut in 2021, and that same year he won a gold medal at Spanish international and competition like this also. And this time around, the one that she won now, and I think it's something that we really need to celebrate, because if you look at the road that took her to the final, it's not really easy. For number 10 to defeat number 6, it's not something that it comes by chance. It's about dedication, it's about commitment, and it's about hard work. So I think she has achieved this. The next that the sports ministry should do is all our stars that we have at various sporting activities. We should try as much as possible to prepare them for the coming Olympic. As Bolaji is right now, the next goal is for her to go to the Olympic and do well, because all eyes will be on her. So she's still in a lot of training, she's still in a lot of exposure and experience, because most of the achievement that these athletes have achieved, I will say this and I'll say it again, is not because we have the facility, we have the infrastructure, or they are motivated by the government to achieve what they achieved. It's because of their own skill set, their competency, and their dedication that got them most of this medal. And like you normally say, and I will support you this 100%, let's take part of the concentration, the part of how will I call it,
the chunk of the fund
that we are giving to the Super Eagles, especially football. Let's take it to other sports. Let's see how it's going to develop. Now, a lot of people will be asking, what is
badminton? Para. In fact, badminton para.
So what is para? You know, as Nigerian language, you say, you are para. You know what para means now?
You're angry.
Why the para for me now? Why are you angry with me? So a lot of people will be thinking about, are you talking about angry badminton? No, it is a sport. It is a sporting activities on its own. So I'm very happy for her. She has done this within four years. She has won 2 gold medals for Nigeria. So I think the next step is to see how we're going to prepare our mind against Olympic, which is going to hold in June on Paris. Let's celebrate her.
We need to celebrate Nigerians there. Well, not everyone will play football, as we always say. Seriously, if we can take 30% of the total attention given to Super Eagles alone to other sports, we'll try. We have the human resources to actually thrive in different sports across the globe. We have everything it takes. All we need to do is to make sure we diversify and at least reduce the total concentration. It doesn't take away from the Super Eagles. After all, these guys at times, they know how to give us a lot of high blood pressure whenever they are playing. Anyway, talking about Nigerian star Miriam Bolaji there in Spain, being able to win that competition. Congratulations for that para badminton. badminton competition there. And now let's talk about another set of sportsmen across the globe. Yesterday, they were able to win some awards in Laureate's Award there. Jude Bellingham wins 2024 Laureate's World Sport Breakthrough for the of the Year Award. Good one for the English player who has, since he joined Real Madrid, has been spirited form from Borussia Dortmund. And really, a lot of people said, well, he deserved that particular award. While we're looking at that, before our Peter will actually comment on it, let's look at the list, the full list of all the awardees, actually the people that won the award there. Sportsman of the Year, Novak Djokovic. You can't take anything away from Novak. He has really done well for himself. A lot of record broken there by the Serb. Sportsman of the Year, Tinubu Mate. That lady has really shown her class. World Cup football player of the year, you can World Cup winner, player of the year, FIFA, and everything that has to do with football in women. She has done it. Team of the year, Spain women's football team. We saw what they did at the World Cup, even though attention was actually divided, but they did so well at the World Cup. Breakthrough of the year, Jude Bellingham, of course, no one else. He has done well for himself. Comeback of the year, Simone Biles, gymnastic lady, actually gone off, and now she came back and she was able to do well. Sportsman, sportsperson of the year with a disability. The growth in tennis, fantastic tennis player, a para tennis player there. Well, action sports, sportsperson of the year, Arisa True in skateboarding. If you love skateboarding, if you watch what Arisa has done, he also deserves this. And Sport for Good award from dancing on Rafael Nadal. You can't take anything away from him for what he has done to develop sport and also helping people. Well, that's the full list of 2024 Laureate's Awards.
Yeah, and all well deserved. Take it or leave it. And for Jude Bellingham, breakthrough
of the year.
And sincerely, he deserves the award more than anyone else. And for you to see an English player to really achieve what he has achieved away from Premier League, it's very uncommon.
And funny enough, he did that with two different clubs from away from England.
When before he left Borussia Dortmund to Real Madrid, he won the Bundesliga Player of the Year. So it is not a joke. At the age of 18, 19 years old. So that was when he won that. When he got to Real Madrid, we saw what he has done. This season alone, in La Liga, he has played 25 matches. He scored 17 goals. He made 4 assists. In Champions League, he has played 8 matches. He scored 4 goals. He made 4 assists. So for the Champions League, that means for each match he played, he contributed to the goals. For the La Liga also, if you take the 17 goals and the 4 assists that he made also, away from what Real Madrid has achieved this season, they won't be where they are. So it's just 20 years old. So he deserves the award. You hardly see. We saw Mike Owen when he was in England and all the noise about Mike Owen. Rooney didn't even step out of England. Mike Owen tried his best.
Went to England, went to Real
Madrid. We saw him. It wasn't as fantastic as it was because of the hype that they are English, those that failed.
I remember there was this other guy that went to Bayern Munich, Owen Hargreaves.
Owen Hargreaves also went there. Then we have Dennis Beckham, and we know he went for money.
But actually, Beckham did well with Real.
No, he did well, but compared to the hype that they gave to him when he was in Real,
English press and
Manchester United. So that is why I think he is different. He started his own trade, though he was in England before he moved to Borussia Dortmund. But we can see what he has done in 2 different countries.
Clubs.
2 different countries,
yes.
2 different clubs. So that means he should continue. He deserves it. If you continue this way, I hope England also, the English team, they will be able to do very well in Euro. If they will be able to do very well in Euro, with what Bellingham has done in Champions League, in La Liga, and if the team, they did not say he's coming back home and he will not go back home again, I see him as part of the nominee for the FIFA Footballer of the Year.
In fact, just as you are saying it right now, I remember one of the retired footballers said this young man called Bellingham is a potential candidate for FIFA Player of the Year and also Ballon d'Or. The way it's going right now, if you continue, and also with England, if everything goes well, winning Champions League, already La Liga is almost gone now. Yeah. The gap between them and Barcelona is 11 points. And you can see that how many matches left. So, for the way it is right now, Jude Bellingham has really got his groove, and if he continues this way, the pedestal of success is actually awaiting.
Yeah, I agree with you. And one of the reasons why he's successful is playing away from England. So the discipline is there. If it's in England, take it from me, the discipline won't be there the way it is right now. He doesn't have a lot of friends that will have had if he's in England. He won't be going to club the way he will have been going to club if he's in England. The distraction and all this
and the hype.
The failed footballers that turn themselves to pundits, that when they are playing, we saw what they did, they achieved nothing. They come on air, they criticize everybody. But when it comes to their own, they will do everything to support. They will have hyped him, and probably he won't be where he is today. I just hope he continues with this. Ballon d'Or, FIFA Footballer of the Year is already in his pocket.
Talking about Jude Bellingham there, the man that has really done well for himself right now with Real Madrid, and also an English player there. Congrats to him for winning that award and all the winners of that particular award there. Right now, we run through some transfer gossip. It's the season of transfer gossip. The season is also coming to an end, and all the teams, coaches, players are also rooting for some other players. Let's start with West Ham United. West Ham United in talks with Sporting Lisbon coach. The man is called Ruben Amorim. Despite Liverpool interest, Liverpool really wants him, and although he came out to deny it, and West Ham coming again for him.
Okay, and it was in England recently on Monday, so I had a meeting with the West Ham management, and I see him as a potential coach to West Ham than Liverpool. Why? His own style and pattern of play has always been 3-4-3 since he made his debut at Sporting Lisbon in 2009, 2010. I mean 2019, 2020. His formation is 3 men at the back, 4 in the middle, 3 attackers. But that's never been the style of Liverpool. Liverpool has been 4-3-3 or at times 5-3-2. So that alone would be a problem. And that is the style that Jurgen Klopp have been using and they've adapted in Liverpool since 2015. So, and Liverpool is a club that they have a culture. You can't just come today and say you want to change that culture. So I see that very impossible to change, except if he's ready to change his own. And he's a very good coach. Take it or leave it. This is a coach that made his debut in 2019, 2020. And the first year, he won the league for Sporting Lisbon, something that they've not done for the past 19 years. The following year, he was the runner-up at the European Champions League. So that shows that he is currently right now, he's even topping the Portuguese league, and is leading with about 6 or 7 points, and they have about 4 matches to play. So that shows that in 4 years he has won 2. So that means he has something. But however, I think he should not make the mistake of rushing to a club like Liverpool, because the first thing they'll be looking at is coming to fill the vacuum of Jurgen Klopp. What has Jurgen Klopp achieved? He has achieved everything. So that's the mistake that Manchester United they made. When Alex left, they are looking at every other coaches that came after Alex Ferguson as, comparing with Alex Ferguson. No, you can't. You don't do that.
They're not in the same class.
No, they're not in the same class at all. So I think you should go to West Ham. If you go to West Ham, a season or 2 seasons, let him prove himself. Even the West Ham that is going to also, there'll be a pressure on him. Don't forget that West Ham also, they won the Conference League. They won it also. So it's not that he's going to a club that they have nothing to. But to me, I prefer him to go to West Ham than to go to Liverpool, where the pressure will be so much on him. And don't forget, he's from Portugal. He's not from England. And if you get to Liverpool, the first season he didn't do anything. The second season he didn't do anything. You know what the pundits will do to him? They will make life miserable for him, the way they tried to do with Jose Mourinho.
You should just take some lesson from Andre Villas-Boas when he joined Chelsea. And before we go, just 2, and then we wrap it up. Erik ten Hag to be assessed by Manchester United technical director Jason Wilcox before club's decision. According to the news, reaching us says that they want to make sure they assess him if he's really worth it. But news also saying they could do away with him because they are no longer interested. But and then the last one said Al Nassr are keen on Manchester City's Kevin De Bruyne in the summer. They want to go for the player who really has shone like million stars with Manchester City. But before we go, on a lighter note, the elephant is back on the tree.
Yeah, well, let's see what happens to them tonight. If they're going to fall as usual.
Who knows? Maybe this guy will actually be. Is he red or?
The sky has always been blue for the past.
Blue. Where is it? Let me not say where is the blue. Where are the blues?
Yeah, they are not in their regular 10th position.
They are under the tree where the elephant is sitting. Oh my goodness, 1-0 there. Anyway, just to end it up in that particular way there, for those fans out there, just to make you at least feel happy about your club. On the show, 360 Sport with Olale Peters. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Adeni. It's my pleasure being here.
Okay, I'm Adeni Ajisha. Sport is always business and fitness. Thanks for watching.